Craig, Fergie Time. Today's episode is with a couple of the VIPs, important people in the Colorado 4x4 Girls Offroad group, and Naomi and Cat. Cat's the founder of it. Started back in 2012. Naomi's been a part since 2017, and they're just doing cool stuff with the club. So like, subscribe, all that good stuff. What up, guys? Craig, Fergie Time. Today I am chatting with Cat and Naomi from the Colorado 4x4 Girls. Woohoo! Thanks for hanging out. So, Cat, I saw you were the founder of this, yeah?
Yeah, I am.
Back in like 2012?
Yep, 2012.
So what made you decide, hey, let's start a girls club?
Well, I pretty much grew up off-roading with my brother and his friends, and then my guy friends, and I got sick of the ego trips on the trail, and I decided I wanted to hang out with a bunch of girls instead. And I kind of got sick of not being taken seriously in the off-road world. So here we are.
Oh, wow, that's awesome. So was it Colorado? Like, have you been in Colorado your whole life? And
yeah, I'm a Colorado native. Yeah, and I've been wheeling in Colorado. I learned how to drive a stick shift on trail in an international scout. I've been off-roading most of my existence.
In Idaho Springs or where?
All over, but Idaho Springs is where I grew up. Evergreen, my parents were divorced, so back and forth from there.
Naomi, you're a member too. How long have you been with them?
Oh gosh, since 2017.
Oh wow, so a long time.
Yeah, for a long time, and yeah, I bought a Jeep, and I immediately found this club, and yeah, I've been a part of it ever since.
So when you got a Jeep and you joined this club, was that your first experience with like going out with a crew or a club, or did something bad happen to make you want to find a female club?
I had a friend that was a Jeeper, and he traveled all over the country, and invited me out to Easter Jeep Safari. Yeah, the rest is history. I just fell in love with wheeling and the people and the community, and never really looked back.
What's some of the challenges you've had starting a female-focused off-road club?
I think learning to navigate different personalities. I've been in customer service most of my existence, but it takes it to a new level because I think a lot of people come to off-roading and clubs in general to network and kind of find some kind of therapeutic release. So navigating that while also staying in a professional capacity has been a whirlwind.
Naomi, what do you do for the club? Are you like your role, I guess? I'm trying to say, I don't know what you guys would call an officer or role, or
So in the very beginning, and Kat, you can step in too, we started a board, and I was.
So you guys are like legit.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very well put together. There's been a lot of work put into this club over the years, a lot of work and behind the scenes efforts and volunteering, and I think it was for a couple of years at least. I was part of the board, and yeah, I try to do as much as I can behind the scenes, especially for our big events and those types of things, but I don't have as much time as I used to, and it takes a great amount of time that these board members put into the club, and it's like, yeah, they make it great.
So Kat, how many members do you have?
We have roughly 90 a year. I think we're at like 87 right now, I want to say. It's like an ebb and flow.
All over Colorado?
All over Colorado. We have chapters throughout the state. I think we have 6 chapters, and We even have some members from like New Mexico and stuff that will come in. And yeah, so we're kind of spread out all over the place.
So on your page, one of the big things that you really push is education, trail etiquette or first aid, or like what kind of stuff?
All of it. So I grew up in the mountains. I've witnessed the changes that our trails have seen, especially post-COVID. And yeah, trail etiquette is huge. Knowing that we have all sorts of recreational users out there, it's good to know how to communicate. You know, if I'm passing dirt bikers and horses, things like that, I need the people I'm with to know how to do that safely. We also focus on teaching the girls in the club how to navigate the maintenance of their vehicles. We do ladies shop nights quarterly with some of our sponsors. So we learn things like changing your oil, what different parts are on your rig. Now, since we're not just Jeeps anymore, we're all 4x4 vehicles. We'll go over different types of suspension. I think they just did oil changes in the previous one. We did like differentials and stuff like that. It's kind of a broad spectrum of education, but it's really important to me that our club is reflected in a positive way when we're out running around. Whoever we run into knows what to expect from us. So I hold our club to a really high standard when it comes to that stuff.
You do like recovery stuff too?
We do. We just did. So we work with On Trail Training. I wore his hat. Colorado based. So he's been sponsoring our club for a really long time. So we do driving classes and recovery classes as a club. We actually just did our recovery class this last weekend. So we learned winching, different types of, you know, what kind of tow ropes you need, what do you need with kinetic rope, what do you expect when you have to self-recover, kind of a broad spectrum. We spent 8+ hours out in the woods learning all the things. We also make sure that our leadership, so anybody that's on the board of directors or our chapter leads, take on-trail training and keep up to date with recovery techniques, things like that, so that we always have somebody that knows what they're doing out on any of our trail runs. We do plan different runs through the chapter. So like during the summer, each chapter will generally do some kind of off-roading wherever they're at. So we limit the amount of vehicles that we even put on the trail. We'll do up to 5 vehicles plus a lead. So we always have a lead that has recovery knowledge, and then we make sure our members have the opportunity to do the same.
You were talking about charity events, so you've got something coming up, yeah?
Yes, we have our 9th annual Be Heard Off-Road Show. It is a way for us to bring awareness to suicide. One of our members, her teenage daughter, died by suicide back in 2017. We have been doing this event ever since, just in a fun way, but obviously for a heavy reason, to raise money for organizations that work directly with people either dealing with suicidal ideation or mental health problems, or alternatively their families. And we've been donating to Resilience 1220 for the last 3 years or so, and that's probably who we'll stick with from now on. They are an organization helping youth from 12 years old to 20 years old just navigate challenges in life, and they offer free mental health services. Groups currently are serving Jefferson, Clear Creek, and Gilpin County. They have counselors. I think they have over 30 counselors that offer services for free.
When is it again?
It is. Our event's on September 13th, and it's at Max Taps in Highlands Ranch.
Like you show up, you got a bunch of booths there, you got a ramp, like what? We
have a ton of vendors, anything from like off-road related stuff to land use, things like that. And then we have Metal Cloak coming out with their CTI trailer, and then we also have an RTI ramp. So we have a couple ways to flex out your vehicles. We also have a huge raffle. We have, I think, 50 raffle items, and they range from like rafting trips to off-road parts, recovery gear, all sorts of stuff. So there's a lot of stuff. And then we have a kids area. We have a huge bake sale. Our members bake and we sell all the baked goods. And the cool thing about our event is that all of the proceeds, so everything that we make from registration to selling baked goods and everything goes directly to Resilience 1220. We just take care of all the overhead as a club.
So how many events do you do a year?
This is our huge one that we do. We just started doing an all-female car enthusiast. We call it Women on Wheels. So that's one of our car shows. So that's when we've done one in the past, and then we kind of stopped and we redid it this year, and I think we'll continue doing that. And then we're part of a lot of events. So 14er Fest is one that we're at every year. We're usually part of All for Fun, so we're all over the place.
V's Toy Drive.
Yeah, V's Toy Drive, Christmas Caravan, all sorts of stuff.
Do they pay for this?
Members pay dues yearly. We have two different types of memberships. So we have a requirements membership, which is a little cheaper, and then we have a no requirements membership. So we, on our requirements membership, have members attend a certain amount of meets per quarter. They're required to do a trail cleanup. They're required to work an event. I don't know if I mentioned it, but we have 6 trail adoptions in Clear Creek County, and then we actually signed paperwork this year that we can work on any of the Clear Creek County trails, and we accrue volunteer hours through the years. Generally speaking, we sit at about 800 volunteer hours on trails.
So it used to be Jeep only?
It used to be Jeep only.
Why would you change that?
There's a few reasons. Jeep actually came after one of my sponsors with a cease and desist. When that happened, I started reading down the grapevine.
You had the word Jeep in your club name or something?
Yeah, exactly. So before they could come after me, I changed it. But we had been talking for a long time about opening this up to more vehicles, because there's women all over the place that, want to find their place, want to feel empowered, want to feel a little less pressure probably than just joining any old group, because it's scary. I mean, especially as women, you're in a male-dominated hobby, and going out to meet new people and try something new, especially if you're brand new to off-roading, it's daunting. I think it's good that we opened it up to more vehicles.
What kind of advice would you give to the newbie off-roader about joining a club
just
like
do
yours?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I think like I said, it's really scary sometimes to get out there, especially if you're not familiar with everything off-roading. Especially in our club, we have a lot of girls that are brand new, sometimes don't even know how to put their vehicle in 4-wheel drive. There's no judgment here. Like, we want these people to come to the club or come to this community, find themselves, find some empowerment. I think off-roading really is a good outlet to figure out who you are as a person and get some therapy, and I welcome everybody into our club. We actually have a wingman membership for men. So it's we can't do everything, but we have, I think, probably 6 guys that are wingmen.
They're great support to our club and members, and they add a lot to the club, don't they?
They do. They really do.
Make them carry everything.
Exactly. They make our sandwiches.
I know you said just do it. So, I've never been in a club, and I've wheeled for many years, but I've never officially joined a club. Why should someone do that?
I think it takes certain people. Clubs are not for everybody, for sure. It's a lot more structured than just going out with any old group that's posting on Facebook and saying, hey, let's go run Chinamans this weekend. And I think when you're seeking a network, it's a good way to find that network. There's a lot of clubs in Colorado that have been around for 40 plus, and I think that joining a club, you get a lot more structure, and some people really need that. But like I said, it's not for everybody, that's for sure.
Well, it's good to kind of put your feelers out and find a club that really suits you and fits you, because not every single club will do that. just depends on a lot of different things. Get out there and research and, ask questions and talk to people. Join a couple meet, find your club can offer you so much.
We only have certain things that are membership, like members only or females only. Like we do a retreat every year for our members, so that's just the girls. And then lady shop nights are just the girls. And then if we go on trips, like we have a fall trip to Moab coming up, and that's just ladies. So pretty much anything that we're like overnighting, that's usually just club ladies. But sometimes you do camping trips and stuff with family, and most stuff is open to family and friends.
So what do you guys drive?
I drive a 2001 XJ, and I just got a 05 TJ.
And I have a 2014 Jeep Wrangler.
Naomi, when you post on Instagram, you always make me jealous because you post these awesome shots in Uray and all that. You go out there quite a bit. Don't you have family? You have family out there, right?
Yeah, it's an adopted 4x4 family that kind of took me in, and I love it. The first time I went out to the San Juans was in 2018, and I took my girls out there, and V, my youngest, she was only 6 months old. I was pretty new to off-roading, and my friend April, she was like, hey, let's go, we're doing a trip. And we did this quick 3-day trip out there, and oh my gosh, I fell in love with the mountains and the people in the area. I've been going back ever since, and I try to get out there for the season opening, the snow cut on the trails, and then try to get back out for fourth. I go out there 3 or 4 times during the season, try to make it happen. Yeah.
What's one of your favorite trail rides, either as a club or
trail rides? Of course, I love going out to the San Juans, but gosh, that's a hard question. There's so many good ones. The Alpine Loop in the San Juans is so gorgeous. It's so gorgeous. I love the passes out there, any of the passes out there for that matter.
So you first started going out there, you weren't a part of the club, then you kept going out there, and then as you got more and more involved with the club, did that make you a better, more confident wheeler when you would go back?
Yeah, it's funny because, I was part of the club in the very beginning. April Cat, I think she was part of the club too.
Yeah,
we became friends. She pulled me out there, and she was a more experienced wheeler, and so it was kind of funny. She was ripping through the trails at 5 miles an hour, and I was like, hey, she's leaving me in the dust. I'm like, wait for me. Yeah, I was pretty much stock when I went out there.
I remember when you guys went out there. You were doing a bunch of shelf roads and stuff, and now you're
the shelf roads, and being off camber, it was all completely new to me. 3 days of April hauling me through all those trails. I learned, it's seat time. That's how you learn, and it was one of the best trips, most memorable.
The club ever go out there? Do you do out there? Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. We usually at least go once a year. Sometimes we try to change things up a little bit. I went, 2 months ago with a couple girls from the club. We did Poughkeepsie, and then we just sat in Hot Springs. I hate shelf roads, so that's I love the San Juans. I hate shelf roads.
I've gotten used to them over the years, and they don't bother me.
I'm never gonna get used to it.
Let's talk about Spring Creek. That was a long day. Conditions on the trail, it had been raining, and so it wasn't dry. I'd never done the trail. I got up to the first major obstacle, the wall. And I looked at it and thought, oh my God, what did I do? What did I get myself into again? It just looked like a monster to me. And I was watching.
It is a monster. It is a monster.
Big rigs trying to get up. And then I finally get to my turn to attempt it. And it started to rain at first. It started to rain, and so all the rock is wet, and I'm sitting there thinking, you know what, should I just take the bypass, or should I attempt it?
She did it.
I had a lot of great spotters, and I just went for it, and I learned a lot. I learned some new things. A fun challenge moment. Learning how to spin the tires and heat up the rock, and kind of lay some of that rubber on the rock so that I could finally get a grip and make it make it all the way up. Seat time, that's how you learn. So yeah, we hauled from that trail all the way west.
So you're hardcore. Like how often do you go out and wheel?
Just about every weekend. Pretty much. Maybe once a month I take a weekend off to catch up on chores and
your kids
adulting.
They're all down with it. They like to go all the time or what?
Yeah, my oldest, so they both have Jeeps as well. They don't go out as often, but Violet, my 7-year-old, she's a hoot and is learning how to spot, and she's telling people where to go, and
it's pretty awesome.
It's pretty fun.
Do you have any side-by-sides in your club?
We don't take side-by-sides. We only take full-size.
I love that. That's the best thing I heard.
Unfortunately, they can be a real problem. I personally don't think that side-by-sides belong on most of the Colorado trails, just because they want to go fast and they aren't built to be fast.
They come, they always want to pass you, and it's just like, yeah.
You just opened a can of worms.
Yeah. So any funny trail stories?
I have one. So when I first started wheeling, I was out on a trail years ago and nature called, and so I go off trail, to find a spot. Yeah, some other Jeepers rolled up very quickly, and I guess I wasn't hidden quite enough.
Oh my gosh.
And so they pull up and they're like, "Hey." And I was like, "Hey, how's it going?" It was the funniest thing, and I just had to laugh about it. They and of course it wasn't women; it was all guys. It was like three or four Jeeps coming by, and I thought, "Oh my God, are you kidding me?" But yeah, that's I learned a lesson.
It's tough as a woman.
So what do you think women bring to off-roading that gets overlooked?
I think that women are better spotters than men.
And patience.
Oh, yeah?
I think we carry a lot more patience. I mean, I can't speak for everyone, but I feel like we might be able to see things better.
Women are more detail-oriented.
Spotting, seeing those lines, and we're not gunning it up every obstacle, and
I don't know how much I can even say, but it's not a contest.
Rapid fire questions. Ready?
Oh God.
Go. Okay.
Cool.
Mod you can't live without.
I absolutely love my factory half doors. Yeah, the visibility is just so great. I love that. Must be nice.
I think my most important mod is stiffeners, because I have a unibody.
Oh, yeah.
That's the thing with X-Jays, is that you have to build them. It's not like, a lot of the time it's custom build. It's not like I can get online and order a bunch of stuff, generally speaking. There are companies that do some XJ stuff, but
and us JKs, man, we can order anything.
I know, it's like
anything. If you have
parts. I really like having like the ugly stepchild of Jeep in my XJ. I like not being like everybody else.
Dream destination outside Colorado.
I want to wheel the Rubicon.
Man,
California.
so many people say that. So many. Yeah. I watch videos of people doing that, and it just, it looks like a blast.
I don't think I have a dream destination necessarily. I went to Arkansas, to Hot Springs, Arkansas with the club last year. We hit Texas first and I think it's called the Northwest OHV Park in Texas. So we went there first. And then we went to Hot Springs, Arkansas, because they have an OHV park as well. I learned on that trip that I just really enjoy seeing the different terrain and how much different everything is everywhere you go. So
everywhere.
Favorite season to wheel in Colorado?
Ooh.
Fall.
You said fall?
I love fall.
I love fall too, but don't you
3
love
days?
Here's the thing, is I don't have AC in that XJ of mine, and it is hot as balls all the time. I love having that fall weather.
Yeah, that is nice. But spring, all the trails are opening, everybody's excited, and pumped for the season. I do love fall though.
Biggest trail pet peeve?
People going off trail, that pisses me off, man.
Ooh, that's a good one. Yeah, that's a good one. And trail etiquette.
Fave trail snack?
I just like jerky.
I love to bring popcorn. I always find myself bringing popcorn to the trail.
Any post-trail rituals?
Our club goes to Big B's grilled cheese in Idaho Springs a lot after we do trails.
Yeah, I was thinking like there's always a restaurant, getting together and just talking about the day and kicking back.
Making fun of each other.
Making fun of each other for whatever reason.
Heck yeah. If your life had a theme song, what song would it be?
Dirty Head's Vacation.
Oh, I was going to say Dirty Head Sound of Change.
On vacation.
Because you're always on vacation?
I'm always on vacation.
Nice.
I really like the Dirty Head Sound of Change song. It's like uplifting, and I really try to live my life in that sense.
I'm trying to think of a single Dirty Head song. I can't.
Oh, you're missing out.
Oh.
So someone wants to get a hold of you guys. How do they do it?
Well, first of all, come on the 13th, and you can meet pretty much all of the members, and you can get a really good feel for the club that way.
Yeah, it's true. But we're all over the place. Website, social media, Colorado4x4girls.com. But social media is probably the easiest way to get in contact anywhere.
Awesome. Well, thanks, guys. I really appreciate you hanging out and chatting, and it was fun.
It was fun.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, guys. Hey, that was pretty cool. It's amazing everything that they do, and reach out to them if you have any questions or you want to get involved, and like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.